Hello, everyone. Welcome. I just came from work. As I told you in the email, today we are going to record this version because I'm recording for some people at work, and today we're going to take up how to use a research tool and also how to use a reasoning model, an AI model, and also general model that's good for healthcare applications and also for management applications. For those who are today, we're not going to present in the other languages, but next week we will talk in our conference. We will talk about we will have other versions of this broadcast in different languages. So today we're going to talk about how to use AI, especially if you're a manager, and that's what we're going to talk about also next week. It's using AI for managers and charge nurses and nurse leaders, and also quality committee members. And we are going to broadcast that in different languages since we are here to teach the whole world how to be more effective in your nurse leadership. So today we'll talk about two things. We'll talk about the research tool, and secondly, how to process that research tool. So usually it takes about, in my experience, usually it takes about 3 months to go from research to what you call that to brainstorming and coming up with plans, and then after coming up with plans, coming up with your messaging to the people that you need to talk to, and whether it be those above you or your coworkers. So it used to take about 2 to 3 months, especially if you're only meeting twice a week. I mean twice a month, or once a month even. So, but today we're going to show you how you can radically change that, and it's possible to do it even in one day if you are all together. We're going to show you that. How to be effective in that area. So let's talk about the research tool. So for research, especially in healthcare, if you go to Google, usually what happens is that the results that you get are all over the place. They're not from articles, or they're not from the latest articles. Now, for the easiest way to do article research or professional research is through this tool, Perplexity. It's a form of AI, a search tool of AI. So here, I'm going to go here. Here you have what do you want to know? So you can ask anything. So let's go to the different modes. So here you can go into deep research, in-depth reports on complex topics. Yeah, that is if you want to create a report, just a report. But if you want to get a series of articles, this is how I suggest you do. You either you go with the pro research or you go with reasoning with R1. Reasoning with R1 is because you want to teach the researcher, in this case the AI, how to focus on what you really want. Okay, and then with that, you go here, you set the resources for research. You want to go through all the web, but more importantly, you want to activate the academic, the scholarly, and research papers. And if you have access to your organization files, you can turn this on too. But in this case, since we're going to look at all research, we're going to turn on this too. So let's use CAUTI or catheter-associated UTI. I'm going to type in, we're looking for evidence-based Sorry, I type so slow. If you have any questions, so I think I will activate my, okay. Could activate my Grammarly so that way it can automatically correct my spelling. So here we are again. So as you can see, I can here see it will automatically correct or suggest correction. So that really helps. Okay, so here we set up the reasoning. We wanted to think about it, and we want to look at the sources of search. So let us go ahead. We'll place that. And as you can see, it is thinking. You can see how it thinks, and there it is. There's the answer. So as you can see, what it's in that short while, you have all those research. You see those references there, like that. Those are the references and the publications where it got it from. So in our case, we're looking for evidence-based strategies. So as you see, these are the key prevention strategies. Now, as you can see, if I may, here you can see, you can go further. What I did, I did this earlier. So what I did, I said I followed all the other. So let's say what are the most effective strategies? So I'm going to click that, and it's going to follow that. There. So if you have any questions, please ask it. You can ask it in the chat box. Okay, so we have two here, but although there are two, actually, as you can see, there are many articles that are connected to it. 3 or 4, yeah. You'll get the hang of it once you just play around with it. By the way, all that I'm going to show you is for free. Except I have some of the paid versions because I want to go even deeper. Okay, so as you can see, and then what you can do to save it, here, if I may show you, you can have spaces for that. In other words, like for this one, I have a space just for county, and these are all the results and the research that I have gotten. Now that you got all this research, how can you transfer it or save it? Now, as you can see, you can copy here, this one here. You can copy. By the way, if you find it helpful, click helpful. You can copy and then you paste it in your whatever note you have. Now, I just want to point out that there's a way to paste it, yeah. But in this case, what I did was that I export it. So if you export it, you can export it as a PDF file, and it's easier to share that PDF file with, or even with the AI that you're dealing with, or Markdown. Markdown means that it has certain tags that will show you where how it can identify, so that way it's easier to research it for the AI, not necessarily for you. Also, Markdown also helps you helps also whatever document, whether Adobe or Microsoft Word, how to format it, because it will tell which one is the main header or which is the title, things like that. Now, in this case, I'm going to do it as a PDF. So it saved it as a PDF, and if you look at here, as you can see, here is the PDF file that was saved, and in it, as you can see, you have all the references. So that's how you do it. So what your next step? So after you've done all the research, how can you process it? So just imagine if you collected all this to read all that, how would you process that? So there's an easier way. So you need something that will summarize it, and not only summarize it, but also you should be able to question it. So you can ask questions about what was written there. So we shall now go to Notebook LM. So for my group and my work, this is what I set up. As you can see, each Notebook LM is to give an is a way to put. So what you're telling the AI is, when you do research or when you make a report, just look at these documents. Because if you don't, what happens is that sometimes you've heard about hallucinations, just like a patient hallucinates. They may pull up something that's not based in healthcare, or they might hallucinate. So by putting it in a folder or a notebook or notes specific folder, it's called a knowledge base. So when you put it there, that way they're able to just focus on that. Okay, so I just want to show what I have here. So here I have UBC meeting notes. In other words, if all the meeting notes or even just recordings, just put it there, and it can transcribe it, it can organize it, it can give what have you decided on that meeting. You can it can do that for you. And here, as you can see, we have different committees: the CAUTI, the CLABSI, and Happy Quality Committee, Safety Committee, Rest and Relaxation Committee, and I have here some knowledge-based books and business books, which are maybe important to managers. So let's go to the CAUTI Committee. So let me explain the three parts. So in this here, you have the sources. So all your sources, all that I have gathered, I placed it all here. Or you can place it here. That's what this left side means. Now, to question it, or like the chat portion, you can place it here. This is where you type the question, and yeah, this is where you type the question, and here it has suggested questions, which you may, if you're interested, you can do it. And here is the a summary of all the things that were written here. And if and here I just wanted to show you, and here is how you can customize this part. It's called the studio. Here's where you can customize. And how can you customize? I want to show you, for example, here customization. You can act like a business strategy. If you're doing strategy or decision making, you can, as an analyst, or if you are making a guide or knowledge center, you can use this one. But in our case, I wrote act as an experienced quality committee chairperson of an ICU. It's important that you give it context, because it's different when you talk about quality of a med surg or a psych ward. You have to. And who are you talking as? Yeah. So that's important. And in this case, I want a longer response all the time. So that's how you can do that. To give an idea how much you can place in the resources, Harry Potter has about 7 books, and if you were to put the whole Harry Potter 7-book library in here, it would cover only 2. That's about 1,000,000 words. So that would cover 2 notes, and you can put as much as 50 notes in as sources. So that's a lot, yeah. So here you can. I want to show what you can. So if you want to make, after you put it all, you can make a study guide, and I already made a study guide here. So here, let's put a study guide. So here are some guiding questions that you can do, and some essay questions that that will help you also understand, and also especially if you're a committee chairman, and then you want to have a grasp of what's out there. You want to grasp also what is being talked about. So this really helps. Now you also have frequently asked questions. So, I'm generating it, but I think I have already here. No, it's generating. So here, it will generate what are the most frequently asked questions when it comes to this subject. So here, as you can see, are the most frequently asked questions and the answers as well. So if you are, what will you do with this? You can either copy it and put it in another note, or you can make this as a source so it goes to the left side. So here, if you say here, convert to source, it goes to the left side. So that way it's part of your reference. That way you don't have to reinvent. And also, if there's a timeline like that, if there are dates involved, if you want to, especially when it comes, if there's a history, I don't mean patient history, but if there is a history of the department or things like that, you can place it here. By the way, although these are said to be secure, I advise at this time, do not place any patient thing in here, although some have been doing it. And then you have the briefing note. In the briefing note, you can, it will give you a briefing. Yeah. So here we have a briefing document on how to approach, in other words, how to approach this whole body of knowledge. So as you can see here are the key themes, and as you can see, that's a lot. Yeah. So what would have taken maybe a month of reading and discussing this can all happen. You can all prepare it in 1 week. And not only that, if you click here, as you can see, I want you to see it will already summarize it, and it will tell you what's in that specific note. And here it will show the key topics. And if you click the key topics, it's going to summarize the whole document on that topic. So I'm just going to click nurse protocols. And as you can see, it's thinking here in the middle. And there you have it. This is just nurse protocols. So you can include that in your report as well. But what I encourage you my suggestion is that if your department or committee or company is to define what your organization or your committee stands for. Why does it exist? So here, and what is its purpose? And so here you can type, what can you suggest? My mission, vision, and values. Why values is because the values of an emergency room and a floor is different. The values of emergency room might include speed. Yeah, we have to be fast in doing all these things. So I already did that for all this, and I put it here in the note. See, I placed it here, so I'll click on it, And there, as you can see, it suggested the mission of your committee and the vision. Of course, the vision, ultimate vision, is to eliminate all counties that can be prevented through best practices. So that's an amazing. Yeah. So it's going to help you define a professional and internationally accepted vision statement. And it will also, since you said that you're an ICU, it will also give you the values that you should have whenever making a program. We have heard that. So, so as you can see, from the recap, what you can do is first put all the sources here, and let's say if you want to add another source, you just click this, and you can, as you can see, you can upload a PDF, you can upload a text, you can upload audio, especially MP3, let's say your meeting notes. You can upload a Google Doc, you can upload Google Slides, and here you can see the source limit, and here you can have as much as I think 300 items. Yeah. And here you can, if for example you can have a YouTube link, or you can have a website. Some websites will not allow you to link them, just to let you know. Or if they don't allow you to link in, what you can do is just copy, and you can put it here and copy and paste. Yeah. So that's, so as you can see, you have lots of opportunities and ways to. So here, as you can see, you can put in plans, course reading, books, even you want to put your Harry Potter in here, if that's your thing, research notes, meeting transcripts, sales documents, etc., etc. So that's how you do it. And then your next stop is to, I suggest go here, create what are you talking, how do you want it to answer? I always suggest let it answer from perspective of whoever the leader is, whoever the report is. Yeah. So you can place custom, and that's what you put there. And also, I always advise make it longer. And then you already have suggested notes. Here you can have the briefing note, how to let it brief you on the specific topics, the frequently asked questions, and a study guide on how to approach this whole thing. So you can do either of that. Like for example, I just want to look at evidence-based strategies and other evidence-based things like that, and then I can question here how I want it to be answered. And here is that if sometimes you have to hear it from people talking, and you can, by listening, you can have an idea how that thing is being discussed or how they treat the topic, and you just click here the audio overview, audio overview, and then by doing that, it will create a so-called podcast or a discussion on that. And I think I did. I think I had one here. So it's loading it up. So we can listen. Here, I just want you to listen to how they discuss.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. Today, you know what we're looking at. We're going to be talking about CRU ties, catheter-associated urinary tract infections.
Oh, those?
Yeah. And we've actually got a lot of different material to go through. We've got like expert guidelines, we've got some research articles, and we even have some stories from hospitals about, what they're doing that's actually working.
It's interesting. I think the thing about CRU ties that's really kind of wild.
Yeah.
Is a lot of people just think they're like an uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
But they're actually really serious.
Yeah, one of the sources.
Okay, so that's just to give you an overview. And you can share this. You can share it. You can make it public and have a link to that. Or you can download. You can download it. Or you can even make it faster if you want to hear it in shorter time. So it's really powerful. So With that, as you can see, what might take 2 to 3 months to make a whole program, it might just take you one day. Another thing, like as we discussed, I suggest your next step is how to create a communication plan. You can type that in. You can type it in, make a communication plan or an outreach plan for nurses, or make a communication plan for my superiors. So it's going to have separate kinds of, yeah. So what else can you use this for before we finish this presentation? So I'm going to show you what other ways you can use this Notebook LM. Just to give you an overview. So Notebook LM, what kind of AI does it use? It uses it's made, so this is made by Google, so it means it uses one of the top models that's in use, and that's the Gemini model. And since this is in a notebook, it's not open to others unless you share it to others. So what's good practice is that you share it with your teammates or your study mate or your other person that you're collaborating with. So what other uses can you use this for? So number one, you can use this for certification exam preparation. You can create a new notebook, and I'm just gonna entitle this my superpowers, because really it's like superpower. So what you can do on the source, you can upload all your books. You can get PDF books. You can upload all the YouTube review material. You can upload all the websites that are given, or you can just copy and paste and put it here. So that's what you will do. So another thing you can use that is that if you're interviewing for someone, you can put in all the applicants as a source, yeah, your interviews, their resumes, their articles, if ever, and then you can tell Notebook LM, these are the kind of people I'm looking for, and could you rank them? So you can choose the top 20, and those are the people you will interview. So that's one way. Or if you're going for an interview, put in all the things you know about that company or hospital, and then ask it to ask you questions, comprehensive questions that may come up with. So that way you walk in with a prepared answers to questions. Number three, you can use it also for meeting management and communication. So especially for all kinds of meetings, you can just upload the transcripts or the audio files, and then ask Notebook Element to organize it, to summarize it, or you can ask questions again. And then that way you can, whether you were absent or you came in late, if a meeting chairman can give you access to all of this, you can right away be up to speed on what was discussed in the whole months you were away. Okay. Secondly, is that huddles. Everything that was discussed in the huddle, you can put it all in here, and then your leaders can look at it and see what was discussed, what are some of the thrust or reasons why we discuss this. So that way and if you need to make a certain communication or emails, you can base it on this. And then another way is that you can use it also for personal growth and reflection. You can use Notebook LM as a journal. So you can journal all the important things that happen to you, personal and professional, and you can ask advice how you should proceed or give you advice. Yeah. So you can use it as personal growth, meditation, or journal. And then also, if for example, as a manager, you can use it also for compliance tasks as well, administrative compliance tasks. For example, you're reviewing so many documents, and you want to understand it right away, and or you want to check if your documents are acceptable. So just put up the documents there, and if you have the guidelines, it will tell you if it's acceptable or even above average. Yeah. And then you can also use it for market research, patient research. A very good way to use this is that you gather all the patient complaints, so you will see a pattern on where you're doing well, on where are the areas you need to focus on, and who also are the people who are getting the most praise as well, and uh, and reward them for that. Also, is that you can put if you're assessing a certain equipment, just put all the things like that, and then you can ask questions on which equipment is appropriate for your unit. And then also travel planning, you can use that. You can put in, and then you can put links to where you're going to. Say what are the best places to visit or go there, or plan it for me. You're attending a convention. Yeah, that's a good way. And then another way is to use for data analysis. So put your data in there. Hopefully your data is well structured, and then it'll be easier to analyze it. Yeah, so put in your data, or even suggest how you can approach this data. uh, you can do deep dives into certain topics that are, let's say, health insurance, technology, politics, economics. Notebook LM can give you detailed analysis by cross-references information from multiple sources. And legal analysis, you can put in the union contract and ask, is my email, will I get into trouble? Or ask certain questions about whether a certain program would rub the union the wrong way. So those are very, very important. Or even new contracts, yeah. Or for example, you're applying for a place, or you're getting a new house, you're buying a new house. You can put in the contract there, and then it's going to help you analyze the contract. Another way I heard is also, if you're buying a house, you can put in all the details, and then you can ask, how can I get the best price for this place, and what are the things that I should mention? So someone got a big discount because of that. Of course, medical research. Especially for specific doctors, you can do that. You can use this as a personal knowledge base. For example, all the SOPs for your particular unit, it's all here and analyzed. So all your leaders, all your committee members can look at it and question it and be up to speed. So they would know how to deal with your current policy. They would know what are the current policies. Goal tracking. If you have a certain goal setting documents, you can help it develop some to-do lists, progress reports, and scheduling reports. So that way you can provide summaries and actionable insights for personal productivity. And also, if you're planning an event, you can use this. It can consolidate vendor contracts, your speaker lists, your guest lists, your schedules, and creating a cohesive event plans. In my case, I have already conducted 3 international conferences just by myself, by using this tool. Usually takes a year and a staff of 50 to do that. But here, I was able to do it in 2 weeks. It's amazing. So you can also use this in community building. How can you make a better association, community. For example, you're working for a certain community, put in the necessary actors, the elements, the data about that community, and especially if you're making advocacy campaigns, you can synthesize research reports, policy documents, and even media articles to support your advocacy purposes. So that way, you are speaking with a common voice. So that's just some of the things you can do with this tool. And by the way, again, it's free. It respects your privacy. It does not use your data in its learning, but still, if you're not using the enterprise version, I still advise to don't put any identifying patient data anywhere. For some people who have the enterprise version, what they use this is especially for case management. They put the case, and then how can I make a good case report plan? That's what they use this for. And so whatever as a caveat, whatever it produces, make sure that you go through it because you have to contextualize it according to your own needs and your own situation. And what I always say, do not confuse fluency with intelligence. Always use your critical thinking skills and your problem solving skills. Never lose sight of your nursing process, assessment, diagnosis, planning, interventions, and implementation and evaluation. Don't lose sight of it. Don't use it to make a better output and report. So with that, if you listen to our, by next week, we will be having an international conference. We will be giving out also a free PDF and also some prompts that you can use. As soon as I get them, I will attach them and email them to you. With that, I thank you and good day.